And the hardest thing about contests, I'm going to say, is usually in the 2K cam view when you're playing live with no replays. Sometimes things don't look as contested as they are, or vice versa.
Yep.
Like sometimes it's like, oh, there's a crowd of dudes on the guy. Why is it like a 2% contest?
If you were to freeze frame it at the point of the release, it's actually...
You can kind of see why
Right.
the game is saying this is not a heavily contested shot.
Mike Wang, you cooked with this one. I ain't gonna lie. The few things I would change though is, I don't know if I would say the shot contest system is broken. Moreover, I would say that it's too realistic, kind of. So right here, this is my new 7.4 build I made. You know, everyone's making a big build. I wanted to test it out, and you would think that you'd be able to get a contest if you're like 6'11", max wingspan, but even on my Giannis build, I don't get contest on 7.4s. The only way is to basically jump. But here's a few gameplays. This one is, we were playing 2v2 theater, and then the next two I played some pro-am game or rec games. Where here you see I'm locking up. He moves defensively like crazy. Like even on the perimeter, I think I have like a 50 perimeter, but it's enough to still get those bump animations. Right here, get to my spot. Ooh. I have no driving layup or driving dunk on this build right now, so it's gonna be a lot of standings at the point of filming this video. But right now I have all my, I'm basically a 95 overall. But here you can see there's slight flaws in being 7'4". I'm a little slower, especially against bigs like this. I think this was a 7-footer, so especially if they have ball handle. But you see I get the pluck there or the steal. You know, make them jump. Hold on. I can't miss those. Like, I think I have a 90 something close shot. Like, this build is ridiculous. Let me know if you do want a build video. Because, look, ball handle is weak. I don't have my ball handle up yet. I move way better than that now. But this was you know, I maxed him out. This was one of my first games. I just hopped on him. But as you can see, my teammate was selling me this whole game. But it's cool. I can make wide opens, obviously. And if you're not stick shooting on, you know, spot ups, I don't know what you're doing. Stick shooting is so easy. You only have to green, you know, what is it? The rhythm part of it. You don't have to get the timing perfect. So it's just, look at this. What is this? You don't have to get the timing perfect. So it just makes it so easy to shoot. Look, I'm out there, back in. And because you're so tall, you can cover ground without necessarily moving, especially when you jump on this build. And that's basically the only way to play defense. Here, I throw a turnover. I thought I was going to get behind the line. I was about to shoot that. And, you know, 9 to 15. They get a few bugs. We get the ball back. Here, we spotting up. We get hit. Not take the shot. Get to my spot. Rise up. No contest. No, like, you don't get anybody that's not 7'1". And even then, I might even still shoot over those. Look, over the right, over the left shoulder. Cash. And I'm not, no cuts here. This is all back to back. Give it up. Set the screen. Get it back in the mid-range. Fake pass. Hold on. Over the right shoulder. Cash. He jumps there and still gets no contest. And like Mike Wang said, the contest is, you have to be basically in them. Pause. Like, it makes no sense. Here, setback. Hold on. Come here. No contest. In years past, that might actually be a contest, but this year, if you're making a build and you're making them short for their position, please don't. Look at that. Snatch, broke him. Tried to get it. I don't know the timing. That was a new one, but teammate puts it back. Oh, we do drive. Obviously, you can't contest that dunk. I'm 7'4". Well, hold on. 19-3 in one of my first games. 9 for 10, 1 for 2. We didn't get many threes, but in this next gameplay, we will be shooting threes. All right, it won't be too many clips from this game because I had an AI on me, but just look at where I'm spotting up from. You don't have to play in the corner. You can play all the way at the hash. Like, this build is actually ridiculous. 7'4s in general are ridiculous. Look, I get the block, slide over. Obviously, I can roam. I have a AI on me. Bring it down, you know, AI walks away, pulls it. And because the no RNG thing, it's, you can legitimately go on games where you're just not missing. Look, this is a real player. Jumps, waits for him to come down. Open. That's an open jump shot. And this is basically the every game, this is the things that you're seeing. 7'4s are just, I don't even know if they're OP. Look how far back. 27 feet out. 3 real people, no AIs jumping at me. None of them are, they're 6'8", 6'7". They're not going to get a contest. 25, 15, 3. 9 for 9 from 3. You know, 4 or 5 of those is on AI. So I'm not going to show those off like I'm really doing something. But this next one, look, it's another 7'4", smaller weight, 97 stand dunk. Look at this, 92 rebound, and he was shooting over those. And I'm 7'4". Look, hand up, doesn't matter. It's going in. If you're not jumping, if you're not literally touching them, it's gonna be wide open. He leaves me. Obviously, I don't miss those. I'm basically being the hash sitter at 7'4". Boom, I walk away. If you're not your guards can't even contest it. But look, he's playing me up. He's playing me up. Go back door. Because he's 7'4", he's so slow. Look how huge that green window is. That's a bad take. Like, that's just not a good take. Look, backdoor again. And that's the biggest flaw for these 7'4s is their change of direction is horrible. Like, they're not slow, but their change of direction is not good. Look, here, I jump, get the block, because if you don't block, that's probably going down. Here, I'm on him, hands up, 12% contested, doesn't matter. And he's also tempo shooting. So, right here, I leave my guard to play him. He misses, but look, it's open. That could have easily dropped. Doesn't matter. Touchdown pass. Impossible to steal touchdown passes from 7'4s at times because the pass will be so high. They just reach up and grab every single one of them. Here, I set the screen. And we're setting double screens with two bigs, you know, standing dunk. Green window is pretty massive, easy to hit. But right here, set the screen, pick and pop, point guard hits me. Gets green every time. If I'm open, like wide open, it's very rare that I miss on this build. The jump shots are so nice. Here, he gets it top of the key. I jump, get an elite contest. That's the only way. Because if not, that probably would have been a, you know, 80 contest. Look at this layup. 16%. Ridiculous. It's a bad take for any other build in the game. And it just doesn't matter. Running down the middle, catching. You know, I love my post fades over those. But yeah, look. We ended the game 25, 2 and 3, 11 for 13. He doesn't make another point from there, 8 for 17. You basically just have to overplay him. And you can't switch at all. Because guards cannot contest these bigs. There's nothing they can do. But I have a hot take that I don't know if you can patch the 7'4s because so much about the 7'4s is about how they move more than just them shooting over those. I don't know if you can just patch the 7'4s because I think this is just an overall problem with the game, the builder, and everything that has to do with heights versus speeds versus three-point shooting. It just kind of has created basically a demigod build and multiple demigod builds. Like, even this is the first year that I feel like I've been able to create realistic Giannis builds who really moves like Giannis because of the max plus 2s and the max plus 1s, and realistic Vic builds that really does move like Vic because it feels like you can almost do everything. As you can see, I'm 7'4" with an 89 three-pointer. So before you had to be so small to get the dribble packages, to get the three-point ratings, but now you have 6'8", 6'9" point guards, dribbles just as good. You know, they're not as shifty, but they're getting to their spots just the same. And you're 6'1", you're getting shot over every time. In a game where defense is already like getting a stop is really rare because of the RNG, the lack of RNG shooting. So I mean, the last 2 games, I feel like small guards have had. So we're just in a world where I don't know how viable small guards are going to be. You know, we had early access and we were playing it early, but the game officially has only been out for a few, basically, hours. So we're telling them to change these things. This is a good game right now. Let's not ruin it. You know, I understand there's some frustrations. There's things, you know, it's 2K. It's not perfect. I'm not going to lie to you. But the game did just come out, so let's get a few more, a week or 2 under our belts before we really start drastically impacting the game, especially because we've seen in years past where you change one thing and the speed of the game is different and yada, yada, yada. So let's just enjoy the game how it is right now. But if you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe on the road to 500 subscribers, tell a friend to tell a friend, and peace.